Hey guys, it's Kelly at K-Books and this is my wrap-up post for the month of April 2015. I didn't really read a lot of books this month. It was quite a slow month because of work and such, but I managed to read 4 books, so I'm going to go through those. The first book I read in April was Gone by Michael Grant. This is the first book in the Gone series, and I have had this book on my shelf for years, literally years, and just have never got around to it. So I finally did. It is a young adult dystopia type book, and I gave it 3 stars. I liked it a lot to start with, but I feel like it was longer than it needed to be, because it was already really good, but then I thought, right, so this is really good, and I was ready for that big finale, and I was only like halfway through. So it just seemed a bit long-winded to me. I did like it. I will continue with the series. What I really liked is it kind of reminded me of a show that I used to watch when I was younger, which was called The Tribe. And it reminded me a lot of Under the Dome TV show. And it kind of reminded me a little bit of X-Men as well. Because in this book, it is basically that there is a, well, it's not a virus really, but it's all of the adults, everyone of the age of 15? I think 15. Basically, everyone of the age of that goes poof, and they just disappear, and we don't know where they go to. The show I used to watch when I was younger was called The Tribe, where a virus wiped out all the adults, so all of the kids had to look after themselves, which is very similar to this. And then they found out that some of the people have powers, so that's where my X-Men sort of thing comes through. And as you get through the book, you realise that it's just their town and you can't go, there's a barrier, which really reminded me of Under the Dome. It was good. I will continue. It was very long-winded, and I got a little bit bored towards the end. I felt it was longer than it needed to be, and that's why it only got 3 stars. The other 3 books I read were all ebooks. The first one was Killer Frost by Jennifer Easter. This is the 6th book in the Mythos Academy series, and it is the final book in the series, and I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely love this series. It is a young adult paranormal, but it's got mythology in it, so you've sort of got the goddess Nike, and you've got Loki, the gods, and it was amazing. It was a fantastic end to the series. I'm really sad it's over because I loved it so much, and I know it's one of them series that I will just reread over and over again. It was fantastic. The next book I read was Puppet by Pauline C. Harris. This is a young adult, and it is a kind of like a retelling, kind of. It's a bit like Pinocchio, but with sort of cyborgs and things. And I thought that sounded like such a good thing, but I was just bored. I didn't get it. I liked it to start with. It was interesting, but the execution just left me bored halfway through it. So I did finish it because I wanted to see how it ended, but I wasn't the biggest fan. And the last one I read was Mirror X by Carrie Thompson. This is the first book in the Van Winkle Project series, and I wanted to love this book so much. I ended up DNFing it. I didn't finish. The story was good. The world was good. I was interested in it. The writing was good, but it was just a bit too icky for me. The story annoyed me so much. So if you are wanting to read that book, I do apologise, but this will be a little bit spoilery. The reason I did not finish it is basically was a girl who's from, say, like a century ago or something, and they'd frozen her body, and they came up with the technology to save her, so they've woke her up in a new century. A century where it's all clones. See, this sounds like my type of book that I love, and I loved this aspect of it. And basically, she is the saviour because they're all clones, so the human race is dying out and the female clones can't reproduce. So they basically have woke her up to have children, but they're trying to force her into becoming pregnant, who will then force, and they're sort of twisting it so that she can only have females, have girls, and then they're going to force them to do the same so that they can continue the human race, which I just found really annoying because it's all good and well saying, yes, you can save the human race, and I would like to think that I want to, but I'm the most non-maternal person ever that, no, I would not let anybody force me to have children. And then I was like, it's annoying me, but I'll keep going. And then you find out that they'd actually artificially inseminated her before they woke her up. And that was the end of it for me. I went, that's just intrusive, it's disgusting, I hate it. So I ended up not finishing that book. I was really just disappointed in the story a little bit. So that's all the ones I read this month. I only actually finished 3 books because the 4th one I DNF'd, so I can't really have a top 3. But my favourite book of the month was Killer Frost by Jennifer Estep. I absolutely loved it. Join me next month for the books I read in May. Thanks for watching. Bye!